You guys are on.
All right, we will call the Winter City Council meeting to order for Monday, August 7th. Roll call.
Yep, Councilman Clay,
Here.
Councilman Frank is absent, Councilman Hockett,
Here.
Councilman Clunt,
Here.
Councilman Schramm,
Here.
Councilman Sprinkle.
Here.
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Does anybody have any conflicts of interest? None? Do I have a motion on tonight's consent agenda?
Mr. Acting Mayor, I'll make a motion that we approve the consent agenda.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Do we have a motion on tonight's agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Council, I do need to make, sorry, there was no conversation there. On item number 6, to approve and execute the promissory note and authorize the mayor, you'll want to, instead of mayor, you'll want to say council president, because we have to have it signed for the meeting tomorrow morning. So,
Oh, okay.
On which one?
number 6 under new business. It doesn't change anything, just when you make your motion, if you would say council president or vice president, whichever one you want to say.
Fuel bids? Do we have any public input? Chandra will give us the fuel bids.
All right, fuel bids for, we have 3 weeks worth, for July 19th. Number 2 dyed diesel was Schaefer. Number 1 dyed diesel was Volun Oil, regular unleaded, Schaefer, propane, Schaefer, fuel oil, Schaefer. For July 26th, number 2 dyed diesel, Schaefer. Number 1 dyed diesel, Volun Oil, 50/50, Volun Oil. Regular unleaded, Schaefer. Propane, Schaefer. Fuel oil, Schaefer. For August 2nd, number 2 dyed diesel, Volun Oil. Number 1 dyed diesel, Volun Oil, 50/50, Volun Oil. Regular unleaded, Volun Oil. Propane, CHS. Fuel oil, Volun Oil.
Any new hires?
We have 2 new hires in the last 3 weeks since council met. Samuel Paulson was hired as a 911 dispatcher, full-time with 6-month probation, full benefits at $19.65 per hour. And Francis Ashes was hired as a full-time correctional officer, 6-month probation, full benefits at $21.40 an hour.
Do we have anybody from the transit?
You want to go to the podium, please? Thank you.
Okay, so I'm Andrea Irwin. I'm with the Rocks Transit, the Assistant Transit Director here with Tim Penny, who runs the transit, tries to keep all the wheels going at all times. So we are here tonight to present our request for funding that we applied for the fiscal year for '23. Just a little bit about transit right now, going over numbers and taking a look at those. The transit, our last fiscal year for '22, we had over 15,000 rides last year in the city of Winter and some outside going to Sioux Falls, Mitchell, sometimes Pierre, Rapid City. This year, we still have 3 months left on our fiscal year, and we're looking at exceeding those numbers probably by, I would say, at least 2,000 or 3,000. So the rides are increasing, and we're finding that in all our areas. The need for transportation, fuel's up high, people can't afford it. Maintenance, I mean, everything's gone up. So people can't afford to fix their own vehicles. They can't afford, so that's a really obviously needed service here in this community, and we appreciate everything that you guys have done for us and help us out with. We did also just purchased 2 new minivans for the transit this year. So it's good to get those out. They are wheelchair accessible, and hopefully they've got a lot more miles left on them compared to the old ones they've been running around and keeping moving for a while now. They also have a new bus coming. I don't know the dates on that, but we have been told that it should be here soon, and that bus will help do their community connection rides and their school rides for the kids, so. Does anybody have any questions?
So you would say that your, the number of people riding is up? I done a quick calculation. Maybe it's going to be up like 20% this year, would you guess? Would that
Yeah.
be a pretty accurate figure?
Yeah, that would be pretty accurate. And that's going, we're coming we're starting to see those increases off of COVID. Everybody's
Yes.
getting out now. They have things to go do. They're able to go shopping on their own, not just order groceries. They're able to go to their doctors, not do everything on video. So,
Thank you.
Yep.
We have no bid openings, no public hearings, no Board of Adjustments. Start with old business. Do a motion on item number 1.
Mr. Mayor, I'd move that we approve second reading of ordinance number 1056, an ordinance amending sections 153.075 through 153.999 to amend certain requirements for new developers.
Do we have a second?
I'll
Second.
second that.
Okay, second. This is a roll call. Jeremy?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Joe?
Aye.
Ron?
Yes.
Okay. Motion passes 5-0. Item number 2.
Mr. Mayor, I would make a motion for second reading, passage, and approval of ordinance number 1057, an ordinance amending the revised certain provisions relating to the operation of the Winter Cemetery.
Second?
Second.
Okay. Brad?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Joe?
Aye.
Ron?
Yes.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. Item number 3.
Mr. Mayor, I'd once again make a motion to approve second reading of ordinance number 1058, an ordinance amending certain requirements within the Winter Code of Ordinances for modular homes and manufactured homes.
I'll second that. Myself, yes. Joe?
Aye.
Ron?
Yeah.
Jeremy?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. Item number 4. I'll make a motion to approve second reading, passage, and approval of ordinance 1059, a 2023 supplemental budget ordinance for the water sanitation fund.
I would second that.
Joe?
Aye.
Mr. Council President, enlighten me on this just a little bit, if you would. Or refresh my memory, what's happening?
This is the 100,000, isn't it?
Yes, this is, yeah. It's the 100,000 that was originally budgeted out of 2023 to go from water into general
Okay,
fund.
all right, thank you.
Yep.
Joe? Yes.
Aye.
Ron?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Jeremy?
Yes.
And Brad?
Yes.
Passes 5-0. Okay, new business. Item number 1.
Mr. President, accept the resignation of Chase Frank from the Council Ward 1 effective August 1st, 2023.
I'll second that, Council President.
Okay, this is a roll call. Ron?
Yeah.
Myself, yes. Jeremy?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Joe?
Aye.
Passes 5-0. Item number 2.
Mr. Acting Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to appoint Justin Schuyler to fill the unexpired term of the Ward 1.
Second.
Okay, roll call. Jeremy?
Yes.
Brad?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Joe?
Aye.
Ron?
Yes.
That'll pass 5-0. And we can swear him in, take a minute to swear him in. We can do it here.
Get in the middle of the camera.
Middle of the frame.
Button your pants.
Done.
Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I'll support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of State of South Dakota,
and the Constitution of the State of South Dakota,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of council member
and I will faithfully discharge the duties of council member
of the City of Winter,
of the City of Winter,
Tripp County, South Dakota,
Tripp County, South Dakota,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Okay.
Thank you.
We welcome Justin back.
Thank you.
I did.
Yep, it's on, isn't it?
Yeah. It's up, it's on.
Okay, we can move on to item number 3.
Resolution 2023-16, amending the personnel policy book to edit the medical supervisor's LT job descriptions and change the public works overtime rules.
Second that.
Can you, if I may have a moment to explain the Public Works overtime rules and the medical lieutenant? One thing that we found when looking through job descriptions for the medical supervisor, they are treated almost the exact same as lieutenant. They have the same duties. It's just a medical lieutenant. When we were going through our executive time and their approvals and the workflows and the queues that go through that, we found that we couldn't put the medical supervisor in charge of those employees without having the term lieutenant behind it. So that was one reason. Another reason was they are part of the discharge of clients that we have down there, and so they cannot be a signer on our account for inmate funds if they don't have a lieutenant or sergeant title either. So that's the only thing that changed in the job description, added lieutenant to the end of the name. For Public Works overtime rules, we are changing that so that all Public Works have the exact same overtime rules. And it's only for Public Works that this is changing. They will be set on a day-to-day basis, not on necessarily a 40-hour week basis, although that does come into play. Mostly what this does is it's going to mirror what the electric department does, and they set their 8 hours a day. Anything over the 8 hours a day, call-ins for emergency work, anything like that, then it's overtime at that point. So one of the things that came up was sick or on vacation for 8 hours when they would normally work, and then got called in for an emergency. They were still only getting paid regular time for that call-in, even though it was outside of their normal hours. And then they would also lose quote unquote that vacation time. So this makes it so that they don't lose their benefit time, and it also allows for the time and a half for working outside of their normal day-to-day hours. This was reviewed by attorney Lisa Marceau. She's the one who helped me draft it and correct some of the other areas that we had in there for the current policy that we had. So you'll notice that the finance office is not changing. We will be keeping the same policy that we currently have, and it's just based on the 40-hour week.
Roll call. Jeremy.
Yeah.
Brad.
Aye.
Myself, yes. Joe.
Aye.
Ron.
Aye.
Justin.
Aye.
Passes 6-0. On to number 4.
Mr. Council President, I would make a motion to do a donation, a 2023 donation in the amount of $10,000 to the ROCS Transit.
I'll second that. Roll call. Brad.
And
Aye.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I was just gonna say, is there any discussion?
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Myself, yes. Joe.
Aye.
Ron.
Yes.
Justin.
Yes.
Jeremy.
Yes.
That passes 6-0. On to number 5.
Mr. Council President, I'd make a motion to transfer $10,000 from the contingency fund to the economic development,
I will second that.
Question. Is that our donation that we give them every year? Is that what that is, a year? No, it's not? Okay.
No, this
What
is
it?
above and beyond your budget.
Above and beyond the budget.
So,
What's that for?
We during budget season, they had asked for
35.
35 and they received 25, and we said come back for the rest if needed. And Mike Scott economic development president, I believe is his title, came back and asked for that.
And they need it now, apparently, huh?
So we approved a $25,000 budget when we made our 2022 budget,
Yes.
okay? And now they want more than
With the
that.
caveat to come back for another 10 if needed. Well, I haven't heard, but he must need it then if he's putting this request in.
Pardon me? What'd you say, Joe?
Obviously, they need it now if he's putting this request in now, is what I said.
He came to our finance committee meeting, he said he's already spent the money. It was asked of him, what are you planning on doing with it? And he gave us a list of things that they've done.
Yep.
And he said it's not for future, it's for past, it's already spent.
Already spent.
But,
Done on economic development,
yeah, that's what they're saying.
and I guess I'm not privy to what those things were.
It was in a, I don't know if it's in this packet, there was several things
No,
that
yeah,
he
there
showed
were
us.
several things. I don't,
He
yeah,
probably-
maybe you have it in front of
It
you,
probably would
but
have come out in the committee meeting, I'm sure.
Yeah,
what
and I don't
the need
remember
was.
if it was in notes.
a lot of it is the local facade improvement grants, where they're doing a matching grant to businesses who are updating the front of their businesses. And then some of it was for a commercial building that they remodeled in order to get sold. They about have it sold, and another was they are working with getting a new daycare up and running in town. And so that was where they had spent some of that money too, was getting that up and running. So those are the three major things I remember.
Any other questions? This will be a roll call. Brad?
I'm gonna vote no.
Myself, yes. Joe?
Aye.
Ron?
Yes.
Justin?
Aye.
Jeremy?
Yes.
That passes 5-1. On to number 6. I'll make a motion to approve and execute the promissory note and authorize the council president and finance officer to deliver the instrument along with $450,000 to Tripp County in exchange for a receipt of valid warranty deed.
I'll second
Any questions?
I don't, you probably should talk a little bit for the public, because that's a
Sure.
lot of money
It is.
spent.
So the council had already entered into an agreement with Tripp County to purchase the transfer center for $650,000. We also then did an amendment to that contract that stated that we were gonna wait until the beginning of August for a closing date due to the potential for a grant. Once we found out the grant was no longer available to us, then we needed to move forward with getting the building in our name. So this promissory note states that we will continue to pay them $20,000 a year for the next 10 years for the additional $200,000. And with that, rather than going through the whole closing costs with the closing company and a Tripp title deed and all of that, we can actually just give them this, state that there are no loans or liens against the property, and then we get a quit claim deed in return, and it gets filed up at the courthouse.
Thank you.
Just roll call. Myself, yes. Joe?
Aye.
Ron?
Yeah.
Justin?
Yes.
Jeremy?
it. Yes.
Brad?
Aye.
Passes 6-0. On to 7.
I'll make the motion to approve the certificate of completion for the IT upgrade project with Direct Technologies and have the mayor sign.
I would second that.
Roll call vote. Joe?
Aye.
Ron?
Yeah.
Justin?
Yes.
Jeremy,
Yes.
Brad,
Yes.
myself, yes. That passes 6-0. Number 8.
Council President, I'll make a motion to pay the claims.
Do we have a second?
Do we need to add the money we just spent tonight? Okay, so make your motion say that.
I'll amend my motion to include the authorized payments of tonight.
I'll second that.
And that is,
10, 450. Yep.
470.
So 450 you already approved in your previous claims list, so you'll need to approve the Rocks Transit 10,000 and the Economic Development 10,000. The final payment to Direct Technologies was actually included in your claims list tonight, so just 20,000 additional.
That was Justin, second by Ron.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Passes 6-0. We have no executive sessions.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Council President.
Second that, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.